What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a little bit of a chat about the next few One Piece sets which are coming, and we need to talk about which set is most deserving of your investment. And I don't necessarily mean spending a whole bunch of money on it. I mean, we don't all have the opportunity to collect every set. We all have to decide which sets, like not all of us, most of us have to decide which set we're going to go a little harder on and which set we're going to go a little softer on. And that's where I come in, and that's where this series comes in. We've got OP-08 launching this weekend, but we've also got Premium Booster 01 coming in November and OP-09 coming in December. And frankly, we need to have a chat about which set is most deserving. Sound like a plan? Excellent. So let's start off with OP-08. This is the new, brand spanking new one, which is coming out this weekend. Is it any good? Yes. It is a cool set. There is a lot I like about this set. But I'm just going to tell you on the offset here, this is not special, and the next two are special. There's a lot I like about this set. None of the leaders, I will say, I love the design of the leaders. We've got the manga heads that aren't actually manga heads, they've got new artists. And like Charlotte Pudding is the most expensive of the leaders. And I think Marco's got a lot of potential. And I really want to make an animal deck work with Tony Chopper. But none of these leaders are making waves right now. None of these leaders over in Japan are winning big tournaments. And that, I think, is incredibly relevant. So we're a little bit weaker in terms of the leaders. And it's fair to say that the manga rare here, Rally, is... It's the worst manga rare value-wise since OP-03, since Soja King, and the second worst overall. So the leaders aren't great, although I love the design of some of them. And the manga rare isn't particularly great, which is a little bit of an issue. The secret rares, we've got Rally and we've got Kaido and Lin. And I will say, the Rally is actually very cool. It is a good card that is seeing a bunch of play in red decks. We're going to get to Shanks in a minute from OP-09. Shanks loves this card, alright? So, playability-wise, there is something here. But generally speaking, it's not that exciting. There is one thing. Two things about OP-08 which are good. We've got a couple of good alternate arts. We're talking Black Maria. That card is broken. Gets you 5 extra Don and you have to put back until you've got the same number as your opponent. But of course, if you're playing purple, you're going to be Don minusing a lot. Sometimes you'll legit just get 5 extra Don. Charlotte Pudding, that gives you Don when you give Don back. Yes, even by Black Maria. And Onami. No, wait, that was the other set. Just Nami. And that is a really good card that lets you trash a card with trigger to KO with 5 cost or less and draw a card if you've got 3 or less in your hand. Does the same thing generally and as a trigger. This is fine. The other cool thing about the set is the special rares. And we've got things like Charlotte Pudding and Jewelry Bonnie, which are the big two, and Dashigi, which is my personal favourite. The special rares in this set are great. And that's about it. We do have the treasure rare Luffy as well, which is cool. And I think the best treasure rare we've had in English yet. But OP-08, it's a standard set. It's not a terrible set. It's not a particularly good set. OP-08 is a standard set. I'm really looking forward to getting out and buying some of this at the weekend. Remember, I'm going to be doing an opening with this set on Saturday. Hopefully 7:30 p.m. UK time. And I'm really excited about that. We're going to be doing a box opening. We're going to do some singles. It's going to be great. whatnot.com/invite/the link in the description. But I don't think OP-08 is a special set. The leaders are a little underwhelming so far. The manga rare is a bit underwhelming. The special rares are special. That's about it. So what about Premium Booster 01? And obviously from here on, I'm going to have to go and use Japanese scans because we don't have the English scans. Well, one of the things to note about Premium Booster 01, it's a reprint set. There is exactly one new card in the set. It is the leader Sanji. And for what it's worth, I actually love the leader Sanji. Lets you give one of your characters with no one-play skill rush. I legit love it, and I'm going to be building a red deck around it. Maybe an animals deck. Because all the good animals that I want to play in Tony Chopper are red anyway. Oh, I need to go and look about that. But the point is, love this deck, alright? Love this leader. But it's the only new card in the set. After that, bunch of alternate arts. And you know what? A lot of that's awesome. And it really depends on where you're going, but, we've got the alt art Luffy, which is on the front of the pack. That's pretty big. We've got a couple of different alt art Boa Hancocks. Why? I don't know. People like Boa Hancock. For me, the one-legged soldier is the best one in the set. I actually pulled the one-legged soldier. That's the only alt art I pulled. Delighted, because it's legit my favourite one in the set. And this is all lovely, but it's all alternate art. We've also got Manga Nami, which is a big manga rare. That is one of the better manga rares. That is awesome. But a lot of Premium Booster 01 comes down to questions we can't answer. Now, one of these is Pirate Flag Hollows. We don't know if we're getting Pirate Flag Hollows. There's nothing to suggest we won't, other than the fact that Pokemon have done sets like this. This is clearly based on the Pokemon sets that they do at the end of every year. And the Pokemon sets, we don't get the reverse hollows in English. Now, for what it's worth, we get them in a different way, whereas we just get Japan's One Piece sets pretty much exactly the same. So I do think we'll get the Pirate Flag hollows. But just remember, in Pokemon they don't, so hold your horses a bit. But the Pirate Flag hollows in Japan, they're 2 per pack. 1 common or uncommon, 1 rare. And straight reprints with Pirate Flag Hollow. It's brilliant. I love them. I have now, thanks to lovely TCG Taj, you sent me the only one I didn't pick up in Japan. I now have a complete set of Pirate Flag Hollows in Japanese. And I am delighted. That's how much I love them. I've literally got the complete set. This is cool. There is a Manga Rare God Pack in Japan. This I don't think we're getting. And to be clear, I don't have proof one way or t'other, okay? Maybe we will get but I don't know. But this has not been confirmed for English. This was one of the most exciting things about the Japanese set. The fact that you could pull this, pack with 10 manga rares, which is dumb. It's absurd. Or maybe it's 9 manga rares. Maybe you don't get the Nami. Either way, it's absurd. But they've not been confirmed for English. And then we've got the Don. And look, I think this Don is amazing. It's my favourite thing about the set. There are 30 different Don cards, and they are all based after one of the characters. And they've actually all had leaders in the set. Not everyone is represented. There's no Laboon, there's no Smoker. These make me sad, but we do have some that make me happy. But we've got the regular Don. These are 1 per pack. And they are all themed after a character. We got the Parallel Don, which are foiled and textured. Maybe we'll run some of these in the Whatnot stream on Saturday. I think we might do that. And they are 1 per box. And then we've got the Gold Super Parallel Don, which is, well, you can see, and they are 1 per case. There are 30 of these. Getting a playset of anyone is going to be awkward. For the record, I think. Now, Perona's my favourite character that gets one. I honestly think my favourite one here might be the Iceberg. I think the Iceberg Don might be my favourite. And what makes me super happy here is that this is actually the cheapest one in Japan. I've already got a couple of the parallel ones in Japanese. I'm at least going to get a playset of parallel in the Iceberg. I might even try going super parallel depending on the price. Oh, they're not going to be cheap. But again, the pull rates of these are going to determine. The pull rates of PRB-01 in terms of the Don is going to be a big deal. Whether we get the Pirate Flag Hollows is going to be a big deal. Whether we get the God Packs is going to be a big deal. I'm assuming yes on the Pirate Flag Hollows. That should be a given. But again, because we haven't had them in Pokemon sets, that gives me a little pause for thought. To be clear, I am saying I very much think we will have them, but I'm also saying wait for confirmation. The pull rates of the Don I'm expecting to be roughly the same as in Japan. But again, let's wait to see. And the God Pack, I just don't think we're getting it. I could be wrong, but I don't think we are. But again, we'll wait and see. If you're looking for a phenomenal collector set, it's PRB-01. If you're looking for value, there's a lot of value in PRB-01 with the Don. If you're looking for new cards going to affect the meta, yeah, this set's much worse than OP-08, but let's judge the set on what it is, not on what it isn't. And then we get to OP-09. And you know how I said that OP-08 wasn't a special set? OP-09 is a special set. OP-09 is the 2nd anniversary set. It is huge, and it is a ridiculous set. It is absolutely absurd. Let's look at some of the absurd stuff from OP-09. Firstly, we've got good leaders. Shanks, we got proper manga heads, which I still prefer to the pseudo manga heads. So we've got Shanks here, which might be the best deck in the format. I've seen Buggy having some little wins here and there over in Japan. Not on the level of Shanks, but it's there. I've even seen a couple little wins for the Nico Robin. Again, not saying it's the best card in the format, but I'm saying I've seen a couple wins for it. And seriously, there's so much potential with Blackbeard as a control deck. And Luffy in purple seems to have a huge amount of potential. I really, really like the leaders in this set. There's one I haven't named. It's not a coincidence. Sorry, Lim. Oh, I gave the game away. Never mind. So we've got better leaders than OP-08. And I think even at this early stage, and it is very early, I think it's fair to say the leaders in OP-09 are better than OP-08. Well, how do the manga rares stack up? Well, firstly, we've got Luffy. Way bigger than Rally. If we look at the Japanese prices, Rally is generally about an 80,000 yen manga rare. Luffy is about 250. Treble. Yeah. Oh, and then we got the other three as well. So we've got Buggy, Shanks, and Marshall D. Teach. There are 4 manga rares in OP-09. The Buggy is the lowest one. It's generally down around Rally stage, maybe a tiny bit higher. Shanks and Blackbeard are fine, and Luffy is big. So manga rares, absolute landslide for OP-09. Cool. What have we got in terms of secret rares? We got Luffy and Goldie Roger. Goldie Roger is seeing a bit of play. Luffy I'm not seeing pop up too much, but remember it's very early. But manga, honestly, secret rares, Rally from OP-08 might be the best of the bunch. But then again, we've got the gold manga of Goldie Roger, which is coming in at about 500,000 yen. That is double the manga rare Luffy from this set. That is about 25% higher than the manga rare Luffy from OP-05. This is the biggest card that can be pulled from a pack of One Piece TCG cards. This is the biggest card in the game, at least in terms of things that can be pulled from a pack. Yes, I'm well aware we got prize cards which are much higher, but in terms of ones that can be pulled from a pack, it's Goldie Roger, and it's really not even that close. Like I say, it's 25% above Manga Luffy from OP-05, which was previously the first by a mile. Okay, so that's pretty good. But honestly, we can keep going here in this particular set. So we got the gold manga and all the other mangas, and we got the really good leaders. Yay! But then we've also got the special rares, like the ones we had in OP-08, but actually better than the ones from OP-08. We've got Boa Hancock, and we've got Nami, and then we've got my personal favourite, which is Rob Lucci. And generally speaking, although it's honestly pretty close, the ones from OP-09 are generally outpacing the ones from OP-08. So they even win this round. Oh, and actually, while we're here, there's also wanted posters, which are outpacing by a bit of a margin any of the old arts. We've got all 4 of the 4 emperors here, but Shanks and Luffy are by far the biggest. In Japan, Luffy's coming in at 50,000 yen, Shanks is coming in at 30. To put that into context, the best of the other special rares from OP-09 is Nami at 20,000 yen, and in OP-08, it's Charlotte put in at 15,000 yen. And actually, Bonnie is also 15,000 yen. So we've not only got better special rares, we've then got a second set of special rares. Seriously, second set of special rares. Bit of a tongue twister. Had to record that bit of video 3 times to get it right. Maybe I should be more embarrassed about that. Point is, this set is ridiculous. Leaders are good. Manga rares are good. There's a gold manga. There's 2 sets of special rares, both of which are great. This set is absurd. And honestly, I think if you put all 3 of them together, OP-09 is the best. I think from a collector's standpoint, PRB-01 is a phenomenal set, but there's more value in OP-09 and they've got all the new cards. Now, personally, I adore PRB-01, love all the alternate arts, the Pirate Flag Hollows, the Don, all of that, but that is very much an I want to fill my binder with cool stuff set, and it's phenomenal, but OP-09 outpaces it for value and has a whole bunch of really good new cards. And I'm afraid OP-08 is sitting here as the odd man out. It's not as good for collectors as the other 2. It's not as good for value as the other 2. It's nowhere near as good in terms of playability as OP-09. It's just not as good a set. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but hey, I like to give definitive answers on this video. OP-09 is the big one. I think PRB is phenomenal for what it is, and I'm going to be going pretty hard on that set. And I think OP-08, unfortunately, is in this awkward position of being a very good standard set, but it is just a standard set, and it is about to be, we're 2 months away from a very special set, and 3 months away from probably the best set we've ever had. Sorry about that, but hey, I've given you the answers, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Tell me which set you prefer. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.